What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the kickback of money with Manny 101. So obviously, if you follow the channel, you probably think I stopped recording and I gave up on helping people financially, and I have not. So over the last, I think it's 6 months of hiatus that I've taken, there has been a lot of changes when it comes to my personal life, which is the reason why there are the obvious changes. There's no board behind me. I'm now wearing glasses. I'm now sitting down. So let's just dive right into it. Change number one, I'm pretty sure you guys already knew, but I had a daughter. My daughter's officially 1. I had her April last year, and it is now May. I'm shooting this video end of May. I want to drop it in June. So had a daughter, she's grown up. We had to get rid of the dog because my daughter is definitely allergic to dogs, and we didn't know. So when she started crawling, she started losing or getting irritations and stuff like that. So we had to take care of that. Change number 2, we have officially switched from the regular Army or U.S. Army Reserves on contract on active duty to AGR. So I performed well enough and my application looked good enough to get picked up on what's called the Active Guard Reserve program, and I'm officially on my own in the Army on this 3-year contract, which has gone well. So we have officially moved from Texas to Chicago. That is a big change because we moved here around February timeframe for my job to start in March. Obviously, the Army moves you when it comes to your things, but we drove up here with the kids, and we went from having a 60 to 70 degree winter to I think for the first month that we were here, we didn't see any double-digit number ever. Like we were 8 degrees, 6 degrees, snow, hail. I even had a video go semi-viral on Instagram of me shoveling snow a week after I was in the sun. So that's change number 2, which was great. I have a lot of videos coming up about that. Change number 3 is I tore my Achilles playing basketball. So for anybody that knows me, I tore my right Achilles back in 2018 during Bolic. Ended up running on it for 3 months, passed the PT test, and then found out it was a full tear, not an ankle sprain. So that was stupid. Got surgery, got it healed, and then about beginning of April, I work out a lot. I love working out. Playing basketball, and I dunked the ball for the first time since the Achilles tear, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm back to full strength. A week later, playing basketball, no, I didn't do anything crazy, and I just tear my left Achilles. Obviously, with that being said, that is not the reason I'm sitting down, but that is one of the big changes. Because for the next 6 months or so, I probably will not be running or doing anything crazy. Change number 3, turns out I don't have 20/20 vision, so now I got glasses. But the main reason for the video is to talk about the changes that matter to you, not me. And me actually, and anybody else that has a credit score. The 3 credit bureaus are making drastic changes to the FICO score reporting. I'm only going to cover about 4 of them. There's more details, so I do encourage you doing your own research like always. I'm just going to talk about the ones that would have affected me or will affect me, because those are the ones I dove deeper into when it came to my research. Change number 1, I'm essentially going to say, no matter how you're paying off your bills, I would recommend switching to focusing on your medical bills. I say medical bills because that has the most changes coming up. Any medical bills that you had in collection starting July 1st, if it's paid off, will no longer be on your credit score. Usually they used to keep anything in collection that you paid off for 7 years, whether it be 4 or 7 years, but now it's no longer going to be on your credit score at all. So for me personally, in 2014, before I joined the Army, I had a lot of medical bills. Nothing big ever happened to me, so I shouldn't have owed that much money, but I still took care of it. But for anybody that's in that situation right now, I'd recommend taking care of it. because if you pay off your collections account, they won't be on your credit, which is a big jump. Anything derogatory, like I covered before, is always a big thing in your credit reporting. So with that being said, take care of that. Also, they are giving you a year from that time frame to work out anything medical billing, whether it be how much your insurance is going to cover, how much you got to cover, payment plan, how to pay it off. Can I pay less? Since you're a collection agency and I didn't sign up with you anyway, so if I owe you $1,000, can I pay you $800? Because I know you probably bought it for $200 because the hospital probably wrote it off. So with that being said, figure that out. They're giving you a year. Before, it used to be 6 months, and for anybody that doesn't care about checking their credit score, by the time that 6 months is up, it already hit your credit and you already have a derogatory mark. So with that being said, those are the type of things you want to focus on. 100% focus on your medical billing. Big change number 2. This one will affect me minimally because, like I said, I don't buy anything unless I have the cash for it. I'm not at the Jay-Z level yet, where if I could afford to buy it twice, then I'll buy it, because then I'll have nothing. You know what I mean? But I am at the level where if I don't have the cash for it, except for houses, because I do not have $500 or $400 or $300,000 sitting around. If I don't have the cash for it, I'm not buying it. That's just the part of life where I'm at. So with that being said, the buy now, pay later. Personally, I use those, especially when it comes to furniture or any big purchases. If I go somewhere where they're like, okay, yeah, if you use our buy now, pay later, it doesn't touch your credit score. We'll just do a soft inquiry with your social security, how much you make annually, et cetera, et cetera. But now, all 3 bureaus have said they will include that in your credit, and it will most likely show up as a short-term loan, which short-term loans are horrible when it comes to credit reporting, because of the simple fact that it means that you don't have the money right now, and you probably don't have a job, so you're taking out a short-term loan based on where your credit score is to hold you over until you have some substantial income. And most people that take out short-term loans plan on paying off the loan with the money they get from the loan until they get a job or whatever it might be. So the buy now, pay later will most likely show up as that. Personally, I don't owe anything with buy now, pay later right now. Buy now, pay later, it could play an impact on being the fact that it's gonna be a short-term loan. The inquiries are gonna start showing up. And the next thing is also it's gonna play into your debt to income ratio. So the biggest thing when you're trying to buy a house or anything really that costs more than $10,000, maybe even less than $10,000, you look at your debt to income ratio. Debt to income ratio means how much debt you pay on a monthly basis to how much income you make on a monthly basis. It could be on a yearly, whatever it might be, but it's usually on a monthly because that's what they care about, because you're gonna pay them on a monthly basis. So with that being said, if I make $100 and I have $50 worth of debt right now, my debt to income ratio is 50%. Because I'm paying 50% and I'm keeping 50%. He said the next change, which to me really doesn't matter because I don't really check my full annual credit report that often, but the change was that they were letting you check your credit on a weekly basis up to June 2022, but now that has been extended to December 2022. That might be a benefit for me as well, because I think I'm gonna start asking for my free annual credit report, which is now free weekly credit report, so that I could go into the eaches and figure out how I could strengthen my credit. Right now I'm in a pretty good spot, me and the wife actually, when it comes to our credit scores, but I do think that there's always an opportunity to get better, and the only way to figure that out is to find out what is wrong with your credit report. I will make sure to have that link down below, so feel free to click the link, get your annual credit report, and see what matters. I will also put a link, actually I'll put it right here. I'll put a link to my video covering credit scores and how they're measured, and right after it I'll put another link to how to better your credit score, just so that you can see what you need to focus on, which debt should be the first thing you focus on, because that's what we had to do to get in a better situation. With that being said, there is a new emphasis on trending data. So as everybody knows, and if you don't know, this is news right now, there are multiple credit scores, or multiple FICO scores, or multiple spectrums on how credit scores are measured. Right now, the most famous one is FICO 9, but FICO 10 came out sometime last year, and most places are switching onto FICO 10. Now, FICO 10 focuses on trending data rather than a snapshot of when you're pulling the credit report. FICO 9 is awesome because if you want to buy a house and you know you have $5,000 in loans or debt, you can pay off your $5,000 and then apply for a credit score once, or credit score pull once you pay off that $5,000, and it reflects on your credit score that you have no debt. And it'll pull a snapshot from right that moment that you have nothing. Now, FICO 10 is going with trending data, which could have impacted more people like me more, because I use my credit cards on a daily basis, just racking up points. It'll look at the last 24 months and how you handle debt, not just a picture of right now. So me, for example, on a monthly basis, I probably have $2,000 to $3,000 in credit card debt that I pay off. Every check I pay off about $1,500. So I never have a balance carry on to the next month, but they are going to look at the trending data. So with that being said, it could impact me positively, saying that I have $3,000 floating around that I don't touch, and I use it smartly to build my credit, or it could impact negatively, showing that in the last 24 months, every single month, I've racked up my credit cards and paid it off. The way that happens, we'll figure that out and we'll tackle it when it happens. But I just want you to know that there's a new emphasis on trending data. My personal advice that I have when it comes to this is to just stay ahead of things. Stay ahead of your credit. Nobody's gonna handle your credit for you. Nobody's gonna go in and take care of you but you. Maybe your fiance, husband, boyfriend, significant other, girlfriend, whatever it might be, might help you out, but nobody's gonna care for it like you. So you gotta stay ahead of it. Take care of your medical bills. Cut it out with the buy now, pay laters to make smart overall financial decisions. So the way I always done it is, every time I want to make a purchase, whether it be a big purchase, small purchase, or whatever it might be, I ask myself whether this purchase is going to give me a better financial future, whether it's going to make my financial situation right now better, and whether I've been making this financial decision, whether it be a mistake or a good thing, in the past, and how it has manifested itself today. So with that being said, if you just ask yourself the future, present, past question, and your purchase still checks out, you're allowed to check out. So essentially, if you've already set money aside to make these purchases, I'm pretty sure your purchase will check out. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for staying loyal. Please like, comment, share, do whatever you must, but just don't watch and not interact with the video. You have a blessed day, and let's continue to elevate.